Hello and welcome back to Lands of Lore. We are about to finally enter Castle Cimmeria and head towards our showdown with Scotia. We'll also be attempting to save good King Richard. So as we enter Cimmeria, we come to our first new enemy type, which is these kind of floating hatchet things here. And in truth, using physical attacks against them is not the best idea. In fact, I think it's time to move on from this. But Mist of Doom certainly does a great job, particularly when we have the Valiance Cube here that we can use to constantly be refilling our mana. These ghosts are obviously ghost versions of the Cabal warriors. In order to open this door, we have to have this one closed. Cimmeria is not by any means my favorite location. It's actually rather frustrating to deal with fairly often, but that's okay.
For furniture.
I'm going to leave this diamond here. We're going to come back. That is Dawn, trapped in that crystal ball. And actually, I need to just make a save state here. 1 second. Okay. We're going to come back and have that event unfold close to the end of the video. This button here, we want to press the one that's directly across from Dawn. This switch over here we want to leave alone. This is an empty room. This also, I believe, is an empty room. So part of the reason why Cimmeria is so unpleasant is because there's a lot of just kind of wasted stuff here. Areas that don't go anywhere. Oops. Yeah, so you want to fire something through to hit the switches on the other side, but sometimes there are things in the way, enemies in particular. Yeah, just a ton of dead ends here, and let's see. Maybe I can try this. Oh, yeah. Sometimes if there's something in the way, you really just can't get through, which is unfortunate. A lot of dead ends in Cimmeria, and come on.
It didn't do anything.
This is the one I actually want to get through because there's something on the other side that I want to get. And the way to do this is to throw something through there. Ooh, cool. Not very good, but still fun. That's really annoying. Oh well, I guess we'll get the axe instead. This door here is actually the way out of here, but we will not be taking it yet, and you do not want to continue down this hallway from this direction. Let's go this way first, which nothing really in here. Actually, that's not true. Nothing very important, but there is stuff in here. Now we come down here. We have this room, which is a dead end, and this room here, which similarly is a dead end. Now, that first switch we hit right here causes this door to be openable. If we did not hit that switch, this door wouldn't open. And this key is in here, which is not an important key. It doesn't do anything, I don't believe. Similarly, this key here, the Ebony Key that we picked up in the dungeons below where we fought the Zeobs as the champion of the Knolls, doesn't do anything. Do not hit this button. All it does is summon some of the axe creatures, and this is another empty room. This door doesn't open.
This door is jammed.
I don't know if it's supposed to theoretically lead somewhere, but it does not. I wonder if that's the entire purpose, is just to make you think something's there, or if they initially had some plans and it just didn't go anywhere. I don't know. Oh look, a dead end, and a door that tries to close on us. We sneak through. This, there is no way to open.
There's no way to pick this lock. This doesn't appear to work.
There are some other keys in Castle Cimmeria that we can pick up. They also do not do anything. Ooh, some ghost somewhere. And this switch just stops that door. But there's no real reason to bother stopping it. It's just interesting, I suppose. Actually, it might be something, yeah. Okay, and let's
I don't have enough magic.
heal up. So yeah, just a lot of dead ends in Cimmeria. A lot of ways to get trapped in different places that just kind of waste your time. Hopefully I do this correctly, although that was rude, sir. Alright, we need to make sure we get this good. If you do that kind of in the wrong order, you'll end up getting trapped, where a pit will... Oops. A pit will form right where we're standing here that'll drop you back down to the dungeons. It's not an extremely big problem, but it is annoying. If you try to leave in this direction, the second you step on this square here, the wall will close off on either side and you'll have to fall down this pit, which is annoying and a waste of time, so let's avoid that. So that will come back around the long way. Alright. This switch, since I didn't say before, it said don't hit it, but it closes this right here and just kind of closes things off. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it's annoying and not worth your time. Come on, just work. Alright. Try one more thing. How about here? Oh well. That is how those open. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Such is life, I suppose. I was going to use that new weapon that I was going to get behind this door. It's a Greatsword Doom, which is pretty powerful. But I guess we'll stick with the Jeweled Dagger. We did, after all, go through all the effort to get it, even though it's really not very good. I mean, it's pretty good. It's just not worth the cost. We do have one more thing that we're going to do here. That's another oddly difficult puzzle in Cimmeria that doesn't have any real value. But if we look here, there's a button on this wall, and got trapped a little bit. Let's wake up Paulson. We'll just do this. That was unnecessary. A pit here, and another button right here. Oh, I didn't realize Mikado was gone too. Really pushing my luck. I actually do tend to have better luck hitting them with this ranged weapon. There we go. So, what we have to do in order to get by these pits here is hit this button, the north button, then the south, then the north, and then the south again. That removes this pit, but there is a second pit here. And in order to get by this one, we have to put an item into it, and then it disappears. And all that does for us is bring us into this room, where if we put an item in this niche, press this button, and then come back, it will be replaced by, I believe, a purse of 50 crowns, which A, is less than what we would get if we went to that place in the swamp, and B, is not useful to us anymore because we do not need crowns anymore. This is a very annoying room. Once we step forward, our atlas disappears. If we step back, it returns. All these switches on the wall do absolutely nothing. They might change around some of the confirmations in the room, but even if they do, it's not something that you want to bother doing because it doesn't actually help. It makes things more difficult, if anything. So, okay, let's step forward again. And once we take, I think, 2 more steps forward, we will be teleported to the middle of this room, which is full of pits and spinning tiles. And what we need to do is find our way to the 4 pressure plates, which are located essentially in the 4 corners of the room, give or take. And then we need to take items that we no longer need and place them on the plates. Each time we cover a plate, the confirmation of the pits will change in the room, and we will be able to... Oh, that was not what I meant to click. So yeah, this is the annoyance that you want to avoid if you're not an idiot like I am, because now you are down here without a map. I believe I know where I'm going, but yes, now you have to traverse this whole area without any guidance, which I was able to do without difficulty, but it's... Hey! It was worth it after all. So this place is empty, but hopefully we can get into the second one. Excellent. And I think it's, yeah, on the other side. And we see these ornamental swords on the wall. We have to click in the right place, and we get the Great Sword Doom. We click in the wrong place,
Ow!
and it just hurts us. So let's switch to that, and then we can head back to here and go through this teleporter and head back into this room here. Alright, so we're back where we were. Atlas returns when we step on that square and then disappears again, which is fine. And then we'll step forward. And this time I will not mess everything up. Can't get to that plate yet. Maybe that one? Yes. Good. Alright. Now let's see. Let's go for this direction. No, can't do that one. Alright. The other thing that happens is that you lose your compass, so it is even more difficult to stay oriented in terms of where you want to be. Alright, so let's walk this way from that pit. Alright, there's one. Excellent. And I don't really need Valkyrie anymore, but we'll keep it. Let's see what we can drop. Really, we can drop a lot of these items, but brimstone we don't need. Now let's go find our last pit. Was that it? Did I see it? I did not. Alright, there's the key. It has to be one of these 2 directions. Let's walk. Oh, that's right. We put 2 axes down, so let's go this way. It's one of the problems with putting down 2 of the same item. It makes it a little bit more difficult to keep yourself oriented, but we're going to keep Master. We'll keep the Jewel Dagger, and I think probably the Ebony Staff, which is not very strong at this point. Move you over here. Ultimately, gotta move all of you guys. So we're gonna come in here and hit this button and find a Ghost Cabal Warrior that we will dispatch of. Some take 2, some take 3. Not really sure why. Just is. And this wall closes behind us. Press this button. It opens up. We get the second of these figurines, which we will talk more about later when we use them more. I'm going to put this Ace of Infinity in here because I do not care about it. Yeah. So that... Oops. Good. Okay, so we put an item in there, hit this button, and then that opens this door back up. Now that we have all 4 plates covered, we can come this way. And there's actually 2 secret walls. This one is the one we actually need. It's the staircase out of here. But before I step there, I'll also just come over here, reveal this secret wall, and show you that, as always, there's nothing there. It is there just to make you think it's important, even though it is not. So on our way out, we get our atlas back, and we can continue on. I'm going to hit this to open up that doorway. Oh, yeah, awesome. So yeah, those enemies will burn our armor. Not extremely often, but often enough to be very annoying. Oh, I can't believe I'm going to bother doing this, but have to fill in the map. Yeah, there's nothing over there, but this button will just close this door, and there's no reason to bother doing that. In fact, it'll just be annoying if you ever have to come back this way again. This temporarily opens this door, and as soon as you step through, it closes behind you. You can try and leave something on that plate to keep it open, but it won't work. It'll still stay closed, so don't bother. I believe if you put something in this niche, it closes and just disappears, but you'll never get it back. And it doesn't do anything for you, so no reason to bother. I'm pretty sure that room is just empty. Good. Why don't we sleep quickly? So now is when we will start making use of all of these fun little items. All these wands that I've saved up throughout the whole game. Okay, and good. Because, frankly, the enemies here can be quite annoying. I'm going to put Great Axe Master on for the time being, as we are going to need to unlock a few different things. Great, just Staff Gustavus, Dagger Riposte.
Empty.
Which we will not have for too much longer. These guys in particular can be quite frustrating, but the fireball wands get rid of them very easily. Let's see, yeah, so I think this is just a square around. This button doesn't do anything, so there's no reason to bother hitting it. And down here is another button that opens this behind us, which gives us the Trident Plague, which isn't particularly weak, but it drops your fighting level by 1. So you definitely don't want to actually use it, particularly if you have anything that is in any way even close to being as good. And the stuff we have is not only close, but is in fact better. So definitely not going to use it. Bracers of Defense, which are good. Actually, I'm going to give this to Akata. Ace of Infinity, and Ace of Oblivion, which I actually do like. And Crowns, which are useless. This room, I think, is empty. Just has a creepy skeleton. And good, that should account, for everything here. So we will head up this direction now. There is a keyhole here. And what's behind
This is already
door number 1 is an empty niche. So another example of Cimmeria wasting our time. However, all the work we did to build up Conrad's rogue, having him keep the jade necklace, and now having him equip the master axe, is all primarily for this lock right here.
This is
which
already unlocked.
You really need pretty much a rogue of at least like 5 to get in there. And you need to get in here in order to get this figurine, which, as I said, we will explain the meaning of later, but it is very important ultimately. There's my sword. Okay. In terms of allowing us to save good King Richard. Here we have our first little spike trap, which will hurt you if you try to step on it, and won't let you pass. You'll just kind of bounce off. Another empty room. And then we will go up this way. Now, we have a couple of doors here which lead to hallways that end in doors we can't open from this side. They don't really serve any function. They're just other pathways that we will be able to use later if we want, although again, there's no real reason to. This, however, does open, and now we should be greeted by a decent number of enemies over here. This is the other side of that first door, and this is the other side of the second one, as you can see here. This, however, we need this key before we can open this door, and we'll also have to flip this switch, which I'll just do that now, because why not? We also need to get a key later to open that door. We don't need to as much, but there is an item there, or some chest rather, that we can open to get some fun stuff, so why not? But yeah. And then I'm gonna do this. Oh, that was fast enough. Anyway, clamp down on that, and then we will flip this switch, which opens that wall. And now this door opens the door behind us, and we want to press this button to open this up. Take Plague here, throw that right there, and then this button opens this niche here. Take the adder key and depart. We can open this door on our way out, and then every now and then we can kill one of these guys, I suppose. That would be the Great Maul Thunder, I think, right? Thunder? Yeah. Alright, so, oops, a little farther. Take the adder key, and head in here. Good. Let's get our lockpicks. Take out Master again, just to make things easier on us. Sounds like there's a spider creeping up on us. There it is. And there it goes. Yeah, this also requires a 6 or even a 7. We have the Westwood stick, which is not particularly useful, but it's just a reference to Westwood Studios, so I do like to get it. And then the Aegis Helm, which is an addition, or an improvement rather is what I mean. Some Aloe, which is almost completely useless, but does amuse me to get, so
Empty.
that's fun, I guess. And then let's continue on. I think that should be everything here. Beautiful. Just this door here, which we will come back to later. Now let's continue on. And I'm going to want to get out our fireball once again. Here, you go back there so I know where you are. Good. And we're going to have some things firing at us. A couple more empty rooms, which serve, no real purpose other than to annoy us, although they do, if we choose to use them as such, give us a location where we can safely sleep. but I don't feel like waiting, so we won't. Let's go up this way first. I'm not gonna head in that direction, at least not yet. Let's open this door up. I don't believe there's anything up here of any value, but let's check it out. If anything, it's going to be in this room, but I don't think there's anything. Check the map to make sure I didn't miss any switches. I did not. Good. Okay. And then I'm going to do some other stuff, and afterwards I'll come back and check over here just to make sure we don't get trapped behind that wall. And then another room over here that has no purpose. And down here we get stuff fired at us. I think there's a... oh, no. So, we're gonna fight through all these spider guys. And continue down here where there's some more. And still some more. And spike pit. And then still more. Maybe we'll do this just for fun. Whee! Okay, that was fun. Let's heal up Kata. That might be it? Okay, good. And we actually finally have a room that provides us value because it gives us the Noir Key, which we actually do need. As that is going to open up that door that was... what? I don't... oh. There we go. Forgot about that. Usually I don't bother closing that door, but just kind of wanted to rest, so. Alright, now we will head down here. Fireball gets shot at us, and I'm stupidly going to walk into some spikes. Do not hit this button. Turn and hit this button, which opens up this wall. And now we have this key that we need, but we don't have it yet. We'll hit this button, and that opens up this door. And now we have that switch over there, which I'm going to throw the helm at. And then this causes this portal to appear. This pit is fake, so we'll step across and be teleported to the other side here. I'm going to take this carrion key, take this Aegis helm. I don't actually think that I don't think this does anything really. Let me see. Changes anything on the map. There is this direction that I wanted to go before. Because it does make a sound as if something has changed. Maybe it causes this pit to not even be here, but it was a false pit anyway, so it doesn't matter. Either way, what we do want to do actually is take this and put it in here. And that causes this pit to go away. And now we can come up here, get shot by something, and put the carrion key in this slot, step in here, and find...
my liege!
Good King Richard.
He appears unharmed, but our shroud has been tainted.
What can we do?
We must dispel the dark shroud, and then we can heal Richard.
Now, in order to do so, we need these
There's a ray of
figurines. No.
A breakthrough, perhaps.
Alright, so we have the Cobra here.
The light follows its path.
Could try one of the other guys.
Perhaps something else will work.
Not the unicorn, maybe the dragon?
Perhaps something else will work.
Not quite. It appears that we are missing a piece of the puzzle here. So, we are actually going to leave and head up this way, where, as I said before, the Noir Key will fit. Now let's head up there quickly. I don't feel like dealing with any guys we don't have to. then R, hit the switch, and hit this button and a portal appears where we're standing, which sends us over here. Let me get Makata quickly, and then we'll step through and meet some more friends. And this little eyeball guy, let's use you. Excellent. Spider guy, eyeball guy. Alrighty then. I'm gonna keep you. Oh wow, I didn't realize I didn't switch Conrad's weapon. Let's do that. Not that it matters much, because we do almost no physical attacking here. Now we have gotten to the third floor, the third and final floor of Castle Cimmeria, so when we step forward...
You will not cheat me again!
Scotia seems displeased by our presence. Let's take this guy here and reveal this secret path, which doesn't do anything exceptionally valuable for us, but there are some things here. Arbalist Eternity, which I will not use. Bastion Plate, which... Yes. Thought Mercado. Alright. And let's put this there. And some more crowns,
Empty.
which remain useless. Then we can come up this direction, press this button, and behind this door is Scotia. However, the button doesn't do anything yet because we have these two keys, not dissimilar to how we got into Sea Paulson or what we did in the Catwalk Caverns. This button causes a niche to open up over here, which you can't get to because there's a pit there. And I am actually going to... Actually, let's do this quickly. I'm just going to get hit by these fireballs, it's fine. We'll live. We need this gold key from in here. And I'm actually just going to put it in right now. Gold key, I think, goes here. Good. And then I am going to, before I really accomplish anything here, going to fill in a lot of the map. And the reason for that will become clear at the end. Just need a little bit more of the map done. It's a fairly interesting puzzle that unfortunately I think they missed on slightly by making it very easy to solve this puzzle by accident. But other than that, I really like it. And you'll see in a minute. Alright, let's heal up. Good. Alright, so you can see that this spells out 1 + 1 = 3, which, for those of you who have passed kindergarten, you'll recognize that that's not quite accurate. In case you're wondering, clicking on this switch releases an enemy, clicking this switch releases an enemy, and it's an annoying one that we're going to see a good amount of in a couple minutes, so I just don't feel like bothering to deal with it. But we're going to come in this room next, down in the bottom left, depending on your perspective.
Leave armor here.
We're going to leave a piece of armor here.
Leave weapons here.
Leave one of our weapons here.
Leave medicines here.
Leave a medicine. I don't believe the Bannon's reserves count, so don't use those.
Leave jewelry here.
And leave a piece of jewelry. And that causes this niche to open here, which gives us the dull key. And then we can collect the items we left behind. We don't have to abandon them or anything. And our armor. Very good. And because of the enemy we're going to go deal with now, I'm just going to rest up quickly. We're going to make a lot of use of these guys in the next minutes. Alright, so let's just make sure we fill everything in. This is the other side there. Again, just releases an enemy that I don't feel like fighting. A lot of things fire at you in this hallway, or these hallways. I don't really mind all that much. It doesn't matter. Good. There's that one pathway left over there. We should be coming up to our first of these enemies here, and I forget exactly what they're called, but it's something toad something something. And the easiest way to deal with them is just to use magic. And it's just a question of whether or not you get kind of a weak response from these two on their Mist of Dooms and end up needing a little bit more, or if the first round is enough to kill them. And it's kind of 50-50. But they, like the Larkon, make us drop our weapons, so we have to pick them back up each time. Alright, let's go this way. Which, yes, has this oily key that doesn't do any good. We have no use for it. It might open a chest, but we don't need it to open the chest. It's just an option. Okay. Like the chest can just be picked instead, but that's fine. Yeah, as long as you time it alright, you can step into these little acid drips and you're okay. There's no real reason to, but sometimes I'm just not paying attention, and I do it anyway. I don't know why I'm bothering to organize this, but whatever. Finish resting up, and then it should be coming up to our second of these big toad guys here. That's its tongue attacking us, which you can... This is kind of an interesting look when you manage to capture it. Oh good, so Paulson gave us a big enough hit and was able to take it out. Much obliged. And I think we'll just do this time to save us from having to rest again. Let's go. So this is the important chest, and we need to use the dull key that we got down here to open this one up. And it gives us the silver key, which is the second key we need to get into Scotia. This salve is useless and we do not need it, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I forgot I was saving the Valiance Cube.
Empty.
And then we have this funny little pathway here that is completely meaningless, but as you step here, it closes off. And then you just hit the button to open it again. It's literally there just to be annoying. It serves no other function. Like much of Cimmeria. This death key opens another chest, which we'll come to momentarily. Let's kill you with that. We'll get our weapons back. Okay. And I want to come up here to this chest. We use the death key. Halberd's Death Hand, which is actually pretty good. Okay. Aegis plate, which I don't think is... Oh no, that's right. This one actually is better, so we will be able to step up our armor slightly. Okay. And that should be it.
Empty.
Let's rest quickly. Okay. Do that. Just close off this portion of the map.
Compass appears broken.
Alright, we'll go down there quickly. Yeah, most of this northern part of the third floor of Castle Cimmeria doesn't serve much of a purpose. It's just kind of a little bit of a jumbled mess. Yeah, fair enough. That's why I usually heal up fully in Cimmeria, but I just kind of get tired of waiting. Wow, nice shot, Picata. Does help that he has 4 arms and thus gets to keep a weapon even after it's been shaken out of his hands. Alright. Ah, yes. I'll hit this. I honestly don't feel like bothering this, but up at the northern part here, we have another one of these guys, so we'll kill him quickly. Strong work. Okay. And then continuing on, down here, there is a chest, which I don't think it has anything that is usable, but let's find out. Ginseng, which is meaningless. Helm Talamar, which is worse than all the other helms we have. But I feel like by its name, it should be important. So they're the Talamari people or something. I forget exactly what the, race or whatever you want to call it is of the people in Lands of Lore. There's a nice little spike pit. This causes that wall to close permanently, which is fine. And then some other area that really doesn't do anything. I think this just closes, that wall, but then you can open it again by hitting it, so it doesn't really matter. Very good. So step forward here. Oops. Yeah. Alright, that should just about do it. Very good. So we are done up here. I'll come up here later, just to polish off the map, even though it doesn't matter. And now we will come down here, open this door, and read this sign that says,
The sum must be correct.
The sum must be correct. And as of right now, 1 + 1 = 3 is not correct. So let's oops, not where I want to be. Yeah. Forgot about that spinning plate. There's nothing really in this area. I'm just filling in the map for completeness sake. Okay, that should do it. Very good. So we're going to make this sum be correct by heading down here to this wall, hit this switch, and then this switch. There's also this switch, which I honestly forget what hitting that does, but I don't bother. Anyway, now that we have 1 + 1 = 2 by hitting those switches and moving this wall, this pathway is now open. And so we can head down here. 1, 2, and we get the final figurine. However, we must replace something here, and so we will put that in there. And then 1 and 2, and the path is open again. So now we have one final thing we must do, which is go and alright, I'm gonna go over there. We have to free good King Richard. You know what? I'm not gonna bother. I'll do it later. because I want to use this pit, because it is the closest to where I want to get to. So I'm going to step down here, and we're going to go rescue Richard and give him his elixir. Let's get to this stuff. So we kind of fall down in the wall here, and we just need to get back over to where Richard is. So let's head up here. Very good. Yes, this one. Okay, and the hall. Up. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Whee! Okay. And just a few more moves. Hold on to it. Okay. And then we will go see Richard. Alright.
The light follows its path. Ah, a pattern is developing.
A little easier to see that it's actually a human shape, and when it's larger here, it kind of has a weird melted appearance when it's in your inventory.
Light brightens the day.
I think the unicorn is next.
Nope, nothing happened.
Paulson's so upset.
Outstanding. I think we've got it. Darkness cannot stand the light. I knew we could do it.
Brilliant. The shroud is restored.
Quickly, we must heal Richard.
Alright, so now we gotta put the keys in order, and it's how the characters were standing way back when the spell was cast. So Dawn was at the top left here. Nathaniel was sitting down at the bottom. And then Paulson, I think, was next to him. Yep. And then Jaren was over here.
The elixir now.
And elixir.
Eldney, Warven, Talamari, Konak, Bear, Ignati.
I can tell by the foul stench that I must be in Cimmeria.
Yes, my liege.
It appears that I owe you all a debt of gratitude, but it must wait. What of Scotia? Has she been vanquished? Scotia is said to be in the castle, but how shall we defeat her? She has changed form before us on many occasions. Take this ring, the Shard of Truth. Legend says that only truth can reveal the nether mask and foil the hag. I am too weak to join your group. I would merely slow you down.
Your Highness, how shall you defend yourself?
If you could spare a weapon, I would be grateful.
Alright. Usually I like to give him the Westwood stick, but since we have the jeweled dagger, it just seems fitting for royalty. Of course, maybe a giant weapon would be more useful, but still.
Thank you, Conrad. You are a noble subject.
Alright, let's exit. Now we can just go straight to Scotia, but I'm actually going to pause and save quickly. I'll probably rest while I pause. Alright, and we are going to quickly come back this way and intentionally fall down this pit. And the reason I chose this pit is just because it brings us into this room here, where we came before. And it just gives us a chance to, I'm not going to actually fill it all out, but does technically let us, I can steal all this. technically let us come here and get the room on our map. And actually we can see, if we take a look here, we got kind of a 4 points here, and as I put this down, the that pit disappears. So technically you can get this on your map, although there's obviously no real reason to bother once you get to this point. However, it's not really why we came here. The actual reason we came is so that we could see both versions of the conversation we are going to have with Dawn. Alright, so we are back here with Dawn now, almost. Goodbye. Alright, and we will do this version for, actually no, I'm going to pause. Alright, actually, no. Okay. So, this is the original version. If we free Dawn right away.
Conrad, Paulson, I owe you my eternal gratitude. And what of Richard? Is he safe?
We have not yet freed His Highness.
I shall gather our forces and return to join you soon. My best wishes go with you.
And that's version 1. Alright, and now the second version after we have saved Richard.
Conrad, Paulson, I owe you my eternal gratitude.
Not
And what of
Ricardo.
Richard? Is he safe?
We have freed Richard from Scotia's clutches, and now we search for the vile hag herself.
I shall gather our forces and return to join you soon. My best wishes go with you.
Alright, so just kind of a little slight difference there, which is nothing all that special, but I find it kind of fun to see, so. Go away. Alright, so I'm just going to travel back up quickly, but I don't think you need to watch, so I will pause things here and see you in a moment. Alright, we have returned here to the 3rd floor, and I'm just going to walk down this hallway and get shot at quickly. Good. Okay. The map is finished. Oops. Alright, now we can head back in here with Scotia. I believe it is this. Oh, that's right. As I was coming up here, I just kind of polished off everyone's fighting levels. So I took off the armor so no one would get melted. But so these two are up to a 6, and Conrad is up to a 4. Let's get out our silver key. And we also have something else we have to do, which is we have to take the Ruby of Truth and combine it with the Whole Truth. Very nice. And that is going to be very important in helping us to defeat Scotia. I'm actually going to lose to Scotia first, so hold on one moment. Alright. And I will show you. So once we step in here, the door closes behind us. Where, you know, it's kind of this squared room. There is a button here which opens a path back this way. That doesn't really go anywhere. There's nothing you can do. It's just kind of a place I guess you could maybe hide if you can find a way to not get Scotia to follow you. But really? Yeah, so that's where Scotia is, and I'll save it once more. Okay, so this first time I am going to essentially intentionally fail, just to show you what happens if you do not what do I want to say? If you do not destroy the nether mask, and you allow Scotia to keep transforming.
So, you worthless dogs have come to your deaths.
It is you who will breathe your last, Scotia.
Ha! You brought my ruby and it shard to me. That fool Richard actually believes the old tale that they may defeat my nether mask. It is folly. They shall give me even more power.
So Scotia transforms, and we're just gonna go through all of these fun little items we have. This is the Guardian. And you can see that she's transforming again. She turns into this terrifying looking thing.
Now the acid burn my armor.
And now, I think she's starting to change again. Yes. So this is the Executioner. And basically, you can't really hurt the Executioner. So if she gets to this point, as far as I know, there is no way to do any damage to her. And you pretty much just lose. There's really nothing we can do. We can try crossbow and see if ranged attack ever helps. But yeah, to my knowledge, there's nothing you can do. You can't throw things at her. You lose. Oh, I lied. You can. But she has so much health that it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible to hit her. So I'm going to just end things here, and we'll come back and actually kill Scotia. Alright, let's try this again in a slightly more effective way. And by slightly, I mean a lot more. In fact, this isn't going to be very difficult.
So, you worthless dogs have come to your deaths.
It is you who will breathe your last, Scotia.
Ha! You brought my ruby and its shard to me. That fool Richard actually believes the old tale that they may defeat my nether mask. It is folly. They shall give me even more power.
We gotta take the whole truth and use it as she is transforming, and that breaks the mask, forces her to stay in her hag form, and then she can be dealt with quite easily. Particularly with all these cool items we have. I think one more might do it. Huh? I was wrong. It's not going to take a lot more, though.
Well struck. That looks like a fatal blow.
Fool! My death will not save you from our wrath!
From our wrath. It's a reference actually to the storyline that continues to play out in Lands of Lore 2, which I probably won't do, but maybe someday. It's actually a good game. It's a cool story. It's just that the...
Congratulations, Conrad. You have served me well. We will remember you as our greatest champion.
Thank you, Sir Patrick Stewart.
A luckier adventurer Gladstone never saw.
You're
It
a
has
dick.
been a pleasure serving with you.
Yeah, the... Oh, actually, let's wait. It's one more. Alright, credits roll, and we have a run-through of all or most of the enemies we face in the game. Yeah, the second game, Lands of Lore 2, it's good. It's just that I think what they tried to do, the kind of graphics and computing abilities of computers at the time just weren't quite up to snuff. So it ends up being a little bit bulky in terms of the mechanics and the map and everything. It's still worthwhile. It's just a little more difficult to maneuver around than I'd really like to bother with. Probably be a pretty good game to remaster in some way or another, which, you know, obviously is not going to happen for a game that is not particularly well known, but I think it'd be interesting, and I think it's a very good series, at least the first two. The third game, I've never really gotten around to playing. Tried it once and couldn't quite get into it as much. But the first two are very good, especially this one. I just really, really enjoy. I think it's a extremely good game. It'll probably be very easy to build upon and kind of add some stuff to, add a little more depth to some of the combat, things like that. You can really do a lot with it. You can also play on a harder difficulty. This is normal. There's a brutal difficulty. There's also a wimpy difficulty if you just kind of want to race through things, but I don't do the brutal difficulty too often, but it is there and available. Well, let's just watch some of our old enemies come through until we get to the ending, where we are celebrated. It's not much past this. This creature, of course, we only see when Scotia transforms into it. We have the Zeobs. Ah, yes, the voice cast. The most important one is... Nope, not the players. Yeah, it looks like the enemies are cycling in. I think the Amazon's the first one that comes out. But Sir Richard is... or King Richard, rather, is Sir Patrick Stewart. And quite frankly, beyond that, no one really matters. It's hard to live up to that. Pulsing, the mining engineer. Traveling salesman. Not sure who the traveling salesman was. I suppose it could have been that guy that we gave the some coins to. No, that's the beggar there. No, the beggar. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Learn some of the names of the Gorkas: Grint, Skomish, and Mathpasha. Grief, the mailman, who kind of rambled on and on at Bruno's tavern, pub, I don't remember. Frendor, the Dark Army commander, and Mylek, the Dark Army's first chosen, who we defeated after Victor turned on us. Alright. There we come to the end. On our title screen, Conrad, Hero of the Realm. Alright, hope you enjoyed, and please come back next time. But until then, see ya.